Hello everyone, it's George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape, and today I want to give you guys some helpful tips so it helps you not to get screwed on commercial jobs. So commercial jobs is what I'm talking about in this video, and there's a lot of things to cover, so let's get started on it. Generals, whenever you work, you're a landscaper or plumber, electrician, whoever you are. When you work on commercial jobs, especially if you're new to it, you're going to fall into these traps. After you're there for a while, you know these things. And those of you who do know these lessons and have had experiences, I'd appreciate you sharing your comments with the others below to kind of reinforce the things that I'm telling them. Okay? All right. So to begin with, you are working for a general contractor. Okay? The general is the guy that's on top of that job. All of you guys, the electricians, the plumbers, the drywallers, the roofers, the bricklayers, your concrete guys, everyone falls beneath them, okay? So your landscapers and lawn guys, what have you. So that being said, you're a subcontractor. So when you come in there, you will learn that general contractors drag their feet on paying you money, okay? You're going to do a lot of work for them. So you did a lot of work already in getting your bid out there. You've met with them. You've generally had several meetings with them, and you get out there and start working on the job site, and this is like for any job site that you're on. You're going to learn that general contractors, as a general rule, will drag their feet. There are some smaller general contractors you can work for that aren't bad. I've had some that paid me really well. They were always on time, and it seems to me the bigger the general contractor, the longer it takes you to get paid. Okay, so there's this monstrous general contractor that uses us here in Wisconsin, and we've done a lot of work for those guys, but I know it takes me a minimum of 90 days to see a dime from these guys, okay, and that's just the way it works. So I'm going to try to give you some ideas to watch out for some of the tricks that they do, okay. So again, we covered the dragging of their feet. I'll tell you straight up, don't kiss these guys' ass. Because you're just a number to them. They deal with literally thousands and thousands of contractors, and you're just a number to these guys. The only value you have to them whatsoever is to get in there and get your job done and get the hell out. That's what they want you to do. And they want to get it done with the least amount of headaches as possible. So if you want to do yourself a favor, get in there, hammer that job out as fast as you can, and move down the road, okay? You're going to make them the happiest, but don't kiss their ass. It's a mistake that I've done for years, kissing their ass. They have you do little extras for them here and there, and I would just do them to get along. And I'm not saying you guys shouldn't do something like that. There always has to be a little give and take. If he asks you to do something little that's only going to take a few minutes, just do it. It's not a big deal. Maybe he'll remember you, or you bring it up to him and say, hey, what about, I need something done for me now. Can you get those guys to move that equipment so I can get my lawn done? Can you get that, make that happen? Okay, and then they'll do that because you were good to them, okay? But just don't kiss their ass for doing all these little extras. Okay, so in change orders, anything that's going to cost you money, time, labor, fuel, extra seed, plants, whatever, demands a written change order. Now, what a written change order is a piece of paper that you're going to have wrote up at your company that says change order right on it, have your dates right on it, to where whatever they're asking you to do, you're going to write it up. You're going to write up what the additional costs are going to be, and you're just going to spell that right out. These are additional costs that they're going to incur. The general is going to incur these costs if they expect you to do the work, okay? And when I say written, that is exactly what I mean. No verbal, no handshake bullshit, because that doesn't work in commercial work. I'm here to tell you, okay? Does not work. So, change orders also have to be approved. Don't just write it up, send it to them, and then they give the verbal, yep, we got it. Okay, we're good to go, get to work. No, we're not good to go. Did you sign off on the bottom of that, giving me your approval? If you didn't, we're not good to go, and we will not go. They have been through this process. Don't be afraid to put them in this spot. They're putting you in a spot when they're asking you to do this extra work for these guys. They're putting you in a spot where they know it's going to cost you money to do this, okay? They need to be able to back it up and say, I'm going to pay you to do this, and this is the amount. Never, ever leave it be an open-ended amount. Don't say it's going to be 45 bucks an hour per X many hours that, I think it'll take us 10 hours, but we'll see. Never leave it open-ended. If I were you, if you think it's going to take you 10 hours, I would bid 12 hours on it and send it in that way and just give them your price. This is your price. Don't leave it open-ended, because then they'll come back and argue with you and say, holy crap, I can't believe it took you that long. That should have taken you 2 hours to do. Then they want to argue with you over the bill. There's no arguing. You asked me to do these things. I came up with a change order. You approved the change order. I did the work. Pay me. That's it. That's the bottom line with that. Okay? Don't let these guys bullshit you. They have been in this business a lot longer than you, and they know all these tricks. It is a written change order approval is what you have to have. Okay? Watch this over again. After you're done with this, watch it over and over again until you get that in your head, because I'm telling you, these guys will screw you out of thousands in a heartbeat, because they do it all the time. All right. One of the other things that we do, especially on big jobs, if there was this one 35-acre project we did last year. Now that job, I asked for progress payments to be made to me every 2 weeks. I wanted progress payments, and they will pay you this. So all you do is you go to them and say, look, it's a big project. We need to get X amount of money every 2 weeks. If I could turn these in, I would appreciate that. And most of these companies will do that for you. Some won't, but 95% of them will pay progress payments, because they're not just paying it to you. This is a 35-acre job. There's a huge building. There were a lot of guys asking for progress payments, electricians, plumbers, everybody else too. So don't be afraid to ask for progress payments. You can get them. And when you do send in for your progress payment, everything you did for those 2 weeks, you need to spell that out in a company letterhead. Spell out, this payment is for X amount of work up to this date, which included the south side of the building or the east side of the building or whatever. Word it, the shrubs, the trees, the lawn, whatever you did, that's what that is for. Because if you don't, these guys can come back and say, hey, we paid you all these progress payments, that should have taken care of everything out here. No, you specifically requested that amount for the specific work that you had done already. Okay? Keep it that way, so at the end of the job, when everything's all said and done, you've got all your ducks in a row and they can't come back and try and screw you out of that money. Okay. Specifically note what's covered in the payments. So don't forget to do that. It's very, very important. Never do anything for free, guys. Little bitty stuff, okay, fine. It's going to cost you anything. It's going to cost you a half a day. Oh, hell no. Hell no. You're going to get paid for that stuff. They want you to use your skid steer out there for an hour or two. Get paid for it. That skid steer doesn't run for free. Every hour that runs, that's tick-tocking on that motor and everything else, the drivetrain and the pumps and your tracks, your tires, plus the labor. You can't do that for free. You could be out making money, but instead you're going to spend an hour for these guys doing shit for free. They don't give two shits about you. They don't care, I'm telling you. So keep that in mind. The bigger they are of a general contractor, the less they care about you. You're just a number, believe me, okay? All right, keep track of your time. You always want to keep track of your time with these guys, especially if you end up in a situation where you're just not sure how long it's going to take you to do. I'm telling you guys, go high, bid it high. Just like I said, if you think it's going to take you 10 hours, bid 12 hours, okay? So, that being said, you got to watch these guys, the commercial guys. If it's 30 days, you need to be on their ass in 30 days. You need to be watching it. You need to set something with your smartphone now that a reminder comes up, or that's on your computer for your office girl, to remind you in 30 days, if that payment is not there, you're on the phone. You're sending a certified letter to that company. You want that money. Because let me tell you something, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you sit back and you wait 60 days or you wait 90 days before you make your first phone call, as soon as you made your first phone call, now they're going to jot that down, he called once. They might have it on their paperwork. Until we hear 10 times from this guy, nobody releases a check. You know why? Because it can sit on your money for a long time. I've had this big contractor in Wisconsin sit on my money for 6 months. 6 months it took me to get my money from this guy. Just a joke to get it from him. He's the biggest contractor out there. And if you want to work, you're going to deal with this guy. That's just part of the bill. That's the way things work. So, I'm telling you, if it's 30 days or 60 days, the second that time is up, get on them and call all the time. Never stop calling. Send certified letters. Let them know you're not screwing around. You want your money. Okay, this has been George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. For more videos, for more helpful videos, I should say, well, I don't even know if they're helpful. Hopefully they'll be helpful, but more videos, check out our websites below on the links. We archive them on our websites, and you can go in there and get some other helpful tips, hopefully. So, this has been George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape, and thanks for watching.